time to hand out some Players of the Week awards. And comparatively, I guess, to past weeks when we hand out these awards, probably the busiest week when it comes to teams and the amount of games they played because of the SJHL Showcase. So there was a lot of really good performances before we dive into it. I just want to highlight, we're giving away 6 awards, but there were a lot of good player performances this week. Let's start, Rory, with the SGEU MVP of the Week award going to David Coyle of the Melfort Mustangs. 3 goals, 6 assists, but most impressively, the 7-point game he put up Saturday against the Yorkton Terriers.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone's going to touch that. Even the guys like Justin Lees, Carter Anderson, Kean Bell, Cage, like Newens, 7 points in one game. That is very impressive. I think he could have just had that one game, and we still would have gave him MVP.
Probably.
I don't think anyone's going to top. I don't think anyone's going to top that. But Nugsy talked about Coyle in the first segment. We mentioned Dugay. We mentioned Summers a lot. Aiden Hutchinson, James Venn. But, there's guys on the Melfort Mustangs team that deserve a little more credit, and they're going to be key to try and get a little more consistency in the Melfort Mustangs throughout November, December, and before the Christmas break. But 7 points a game will sure help.
Sure will. Absolutely. So congratulations to David Coyle, the Melfort Mustangs SGEU MVP of the week. Moving on to Bourgault, forward of the week. He also had 9 points, found the back of the net, Nugsy 6 times. Justin Lees of the Flin Flon Bombers.
Yeah, just like David Coyle, one of the things that I think it was a hallmark of one of the top players in the SJHL is they're not just talented offensive guys. They play both sides of the puck so well. Obviously, Justin Lees was known more for a physical guy, penalty killer in the Western Hockey League with the Saskatoon Blades. But obviously, the points are flying in. He'll do it shorthanded, too. He's as dangerous shorthanded as he is going forward. The Flin Flon Bombers had a lot of big offensive performances. Carter Anderson had 5 goals at the showcase by himself. So, obviously they got guys all over the place, and Justin Lee's one of the many monsters up in Flin Flon.
Absolutely. 6 goals, 3 assists this past week for Justin Lees. He is the Bourgault forward of the week. Moving on to Super U Defenseman of the Week. And that award stays with the Battleford's North Stars, but it will go to Alex Isaac. 2 goals, 4 assists, Rory. He has really stepped up his game, and he's improved a lot since the North Stars acquired him last season.
Yeah, and he's also a big physical guy back there, too, and he's great in his own zone. Tough to go in the corners against a guy like Alex Isaac. And then, he's part of that decor that Nugsy hinted at for the North Stars that are as important as guys like Kean Bell. He just had his 9-game point streak snapped the last game, but before that, 9-game point streak from a blue liner, pretty good. And Alex Isaac is physical in his own end, tough to play against there, and then can also jump in and play offense when counted on.
So congratulations to Alex Isaac, Super U Defenseman of the Week. Moving on, Direct West Rookie of the Week. Not his first time winning Direct West Rookie of the Week, Nugsy. You saw him Saturday and Sunday, but Keenan Ingram, 4 goals, 5 assists. He had a great week as well.
Yeah, I spoke to Kindersley Assistant General Manager Ryan Gibson about Keenan, and he said he's got one of the best shots I've ever seen in a junior hockey player, and Ryan Gibson's seen a few. He has an absolute missile. He scored all 4 of those goals, I believe, against Notre Dame this weekend, and scored a hat trick on the Friday night, and then another one yesterday, and on the Saturday, and then scored one on Sunday. But boy, oh boy, can he shoot a puck! Like his release is wicked. He gave Johan Trombley-Cow a hard time, and he finds spots, he picks spots. He had been in a tiny bit of a drought actually before coming into Notre Dame, but clearly the big ice suited him and his line mates with Hilbig and Linklater, and together those 3 are a real problem as a line. They're one of the best in the SJHL. There's no question about it.
Yeah, and it seems like you mentioned Ingram being in a little bit of a slump, but when Ingram's not producing, it's the other two and vice versa. And of course, if you want to see an example of how hard his shot is, you can go to SJHL's YouTube channel and check out the highlights, because you're right. See, even just watching it through the video, you could tell how heavy of a shot Keenan Ingram has. Moving on, Rory, to SaskTel Goalie of the Week, and you saw him this weekend between the Humboldt Broncos and the Flin Flon Bombers, but Harman Laser-Hume quietly having an outstanding season for the Flin Flon Bombers. 3 wins this week, a goals against average just over 1, and a .963 save percentage.
Yeah, I mean, he's been great, and the team in front of him plays great in front of him too. But you look at that save percentage and the shots that he faced against Humboldt, who at the time were the second highest team scoring in the league, 50 shots in game 1 and then another 35 in game 2. And he only allowed 3 goals in both those games combined. So Harman Laser-Hume is now first place in the league in goals against average. He's second place in the league in save percentage. He's second in wins. All the categories that count, he's right there. So whether you think it's a system or you think it's him, he's proving people wrong that said that he was a naysayer, and that's why Flin Flon acquired him. They thought a guy that was maybe expendable in a different organization, and he certainly looked like he shouldn't have been expendable. He's a good goalie.
Absolutely, and he's always seems to. We saw it in the SJHL playoffs last year. It always seems like he steps up his game when the more important the game becomes. So congratulations to Harman Laser-Hume, SaskTel Goalie of the Week. I do believe it's the second time winning the award this season. And finally, Nugsy, going back to a Kindersley Clipper for the Saskatchewan Player of the Week, and a player you kind of alluded to when we were talking about Keegan Ingram. But Logan Linklater, outstanding week, and you touched on that number 1 line for Kindersley. They are rolling. Yeah,
they're tough to beat. 9-game point streak for Logan Linklater as well, the captain of the Kindersley Clippers. And look, speaking to Ryan Gibson, speaking to Clayton Jardine, they're thrilled that Logan doesn't feel like he has to do everything himself. He's proving to be a number 1 playmaker for sure in this league. And, he's got in Tynan Hilvig and in Keaton Ingram 2 bona fide shooters beside him. He's winning a lot of faceoffs too, is Logan Linklater. He's such a menace, in all ways, and such an incredible talent in this league. So much fun to watch. And, not a big surprise that we're going to see a lot of Logan Linklater in the awards, I think, the rest of the year. Bit of a slowish start by his standards, but he is really starting to figure it out and light it up lately, and boy oh boy, he's hard to stop when he's on. And I think if you were to ask him, he probably would say he wasn't as on as he usually is. Even this week. He was still Player of the Week, and that's the type of player that he is. He can produce even under those circumstances.
And he sparked the Kindersley Clippers in the 3rd period against the Melville Millionaires to kick off this busy 5-game in 6 days stretch, scoring 2 goals in that comeback win for Kindersley over Melville. So congratulations to all 6 Player of the Week award winners. If you want to learn more about all 6 of them, head to sjhl.ca. The article is live right now.